Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. It's me, Teen Shallot, and today we're going to be talking about the trending what if on this channel. The best one, the unique of its own kind. What if Deku trained before he met All Might? Part 2. You guys really love this what if. Went off with the hits, 1K views, 3 days. That's amazing. Love you guys. So I'm going to be giving you part 2 on Sunday. It's been 4 days, right? I just want to see how many views I can get. And then I'll give you this video, see what the reaction is. If you guys blow up that video, then I'll start bringing it as much as I can, along with all the other series that some of you like and some of you don't. But I'll still bring them in because I need to finish them. You know, I'm not gonna just continue. And after what if Deku had Abranium, I will do a project. It's called My Dragon Academia. Basically, it's an MHAX DBZ what if series. So I want you all to bear with me because you guys all voted for that series when I said what do you want me to do after Abranium. Alright, so let's just get on with the what if. Where we last left off, Deku had just received One For All from All Might. Now he didn't feel anything. It took like 3 hours to digest and everything. Next day guys, but Deku was happy. He was ecstatic. He didn't really. He said, "How did I deserve this kind of blessing and that thing?" But he's more confident in this time around. He's not gonna just put himself down at all times. No, he's gonna be different. And so we just continue. So it's the next day, and All Might asks, since there's 3 months left, that means 3 months of One For All training. So All Might asked Recovery Girl to come with him to take Deku to an abandoned town that was attacked by villains. And it was like damaged a lot, so everybody left. So it's just basically a ghost town, right? And then All Might asks Deku to do something for him. He says, "Look, kid, I want you to channel all your power, and then I want you to throw a punch, so we can see whether you can use One For All or not." So Deku harnesses all the power into his right arm, and then he goes and he throws a punch forward, and All Might and Recovery Girl were very surprised because he is way more powerful than All Might right now. This is All Might's power, and don't forget, All Might's prime was like amazing. You know, this man had the power of a nuclear bomb in his fists, right? Anime logic, nothing blew up, but you know, it's just what I'm saying. So All Might was really surprised that this kid has this much power. He like wiped out a whole city block, you know, whole block of the city. And, you know, he's like, damn, this kid's got all that power. And so, remember, this is a city near the docks, so everybody was safe. You know, there was like a mountain and stuff like that, so everybody was all good. So All Might said, "Kid, that's a lot of power. I feel like you have what it takes to become the perfect successor." Thank you, All Might. And so after that, what happened is that Recovery Girl healed him up, and for 3 months, Deku and All Might trained to harness One For All. Now, I'm not going to go into the details, but overall, Deku learned how to learn full cowling and how to use One For All without breaking his bones. Now, for the maximum, he can use 15%, which is a good starting for anybody with their quirk. And right now, Deku, yeah, he can use 15%, and that's pretty much it. So now it's time for the entrance exam. He goes, and he sees Uraka, and she's about to fall down. But he just goes and picks her up, puts one hand around her waist, and then picks her up like that. And she says, "Wait, who's picking me up?" So, and then she turns around and sees Deku, and she's like, "Oh, thank you very much." He's like, "No problem. It's my job as a hero to save others." "Oh, you're so sweet." And Deku, he still doesn't have that big interaction with girls, but he can still take a compliment without being a blushing mess. So that's what he does. And then now it's time for the entrance exam. No, now he sits next to Bakugo. So he's sitting next to Bakugo. And Bakugo is wondering who this man is. Because this man's buff, 8-pack, you know, ripped as hell, but not gross, just like very hot in like, you know, kind of ripped. And so he just sits down next to Bakugo. He doesn't even talk to Bakugo. No. You know, because Bakugo bullied him, so he's not really going to talk to him. He's going to try. But we all know how that's going to work out. It's not going to work out well. And so Bakugo saw this and he decided not to do it. He decided not to talk. And then, because Deku did not talk to Bakugo for the 10 months that he was training, he just minded his own business and did whatever he wanted. So Bakugo did not notice anything different with Deku. So Deku was finished, and he was just lying down there resting because he didn't sleep because he was worried about the exam. And then Ada stands up, with the whole shabam about like, oh, this is shameful. You listed 4 robots and you only showed us 3. This is shameful to UA. We deserve the best since it's the best school, right? And then he's like, you kid who's just resting. Can you please pay attention? If you're not, then you should just leave. Deku stands up and he's like, look, man, I don't know where you came from, but just because you think that you're from a famous hero agency does not mean that you can just tell me what to do. Yeah, don't act all surprised. I know who you are, brother of Ingenium. Alright, just calm down, okay? I will pay attention. Why do you think I'm here? I already know what he said. Oh yeah, then what do you say, said Ida? Well, he talked about how there's 3 robots. The 4th one you should miss. First is the first pointer, second is the third pointer, second is the second 2-pointer, and then third is the third 3-pointer. So I think I got that all right. Is that right? Is that right, man? Yes it is. Yes it is, kid. And so Deku got it right. Nobody got hurt. And then President Mike said, all right, now let's get on with it. Now it's time for Deku to be outside. So he's outside. He's wondering how life is. He goes out, and then he sees Uraka. She's like all nervous, and he decides to go walk over to her. But Ida stops him. He's like, are you trying to hinder her chances and distract her? Look, Ida, or whatever the hell your name is, says Deku. I'm just trying to go help her out, okay? And you're just bothering me. You're distracting me. So I feel like you're the one being the distraction, all right? And is she your girlfriend? Is she in? He was like, no. Then why do you care? Why do you care? It's not like you know her. It's not like you know who I am. That doesn't mean you gotta judge me, all right? Now I want you to mind your own business and get on with your life, okay? Because I don't care who you are. You could be my father. I wouldn't care. Now get the hell out of my face. So Deku says that, and he's about to walk over to Uraka, but then President Mike says, then the alarm buzz says go. And then Deku activates 10% of One for All and just starts running. He runs and he sees 2 3-pointers and a 1 2-pointer. And he starts bashing them. He used 50% of One for All. And he said, San Luis Smash with a kick. And then he kicked it in the face of the robot. And then he said Detroit Smash and wiped out 2 other 3-pointers with the air pressure alone. And then he decided to just go. He said go to hell with it. He went 20%. He started become a green blur, beating the hell out of all the robots. And then he started went forward and he started punching, kicking, kneeing, even chest bunting the robots. And he got over 72 points. And now it's time for the 0-point. Everybody was surprised, and the teachers, they saw this was all like, amazing, great amount of first years. Look at all these people, they're doing so well. Now, it's time for the 0-pointer and Deku's debut into the world. So, Deku sees the 0-pointer. He doesn't feel like going after it. But then he hears an owl and sees Uraka. And he's like, I gotta help her. Nobody can help her, because that's what a real hero does, is help those in need. And so he yells out, never fear because I am here. And then he yells and he jumps forward upwards. He goes through the buildings, jumps up through the buildings to the, using 15% of One for All, mind you guys, to the Nomu. And then he says, Detroit Smash! And he goes and he punches forward and destroys the robot with a 100% Detroit Smash. And the robot fell backwards. Deku landed using 15% of one for all in his legs. His legs are strained because of how much it's hurting from just landing on the ground, because that can do a lot of things to your spine, guys, and not good things, mind you. So he went down, and then he's like, okay. Alright, okay, so he just went and he asked, Uraraka, are you okay? I mean, girl, are you okay? He's like, yeah, I am okay. That's good to know. Alright, do you need a medic? He's like, no, I just sprained my ankle. And then Person Mike says, time over. And now do a time skip, because I love time skips, they really help out. And so Deku's back home, after everybody got healed up. You can just pretty much guess what happened. So Deku went back, and been a few days, with his mom. He didn't talk with Bakugo at all during that time, because he's like, why waste my time on Bakugo? Right? So what Deku didn't know was that people were witnessing the whole thing. They saw this kid. 3 mysterious people. If you know what I'm saying, you know who these mysterious people are. 3 mysterious people just came out of nowhere. And they said, well, would you look at that? There's a new hero in town. And that said a blonde hair guy. And then another one, the black hair, said, I would like to see if he was powerful or not. I'm not used to this. And then the black haired guy just stayed away. After that came a blue haired girl. And she said, he looks really strong. And what is his quirk? What kind of quirk does he have? It looks kind of like All Might's. I could ask him later. Now you all know who this person is. You all voted for her on the poll. Okay, so don't be clueless about what's going to happen next. And so now it's time for Deku to get in class. So he goes in class. I'm sorry I have to do this fast here, guys, because I'm planning to do at least Deku versus Bakugo at least, guys. So I might go a bit fast-paced here. So it's now Deku got into UA and everything. That whole speech happened. Shabam, time skip. Deku's at school. He goes inside. He sees Ida and Bakugo arguing. Bakugo just looks at him and says, Deku, how can you such a useless bastard, get inside the school? How did you get in? You must have cheated. And Deku's like, hey, at least I didn't need to cheat to get into the school. I got in fair and square. Unlike someone I'm looking at. I can't believe UA let someone inside with your attitude, says Deku to Bakugo. And Bakugo's like, what'd you say? You heard me, Bakugo. And then Bakugo was a bit taken aback. He was like, Bakugo? Didn't he call me Kachan? And he's wondering, who the hell is this nerd? This is not Deku. He always calls me Kachan. It must be someone different. Because Bakugo was very used to Deku calling him Kachan. And he kind of felt he had time to reflect on his actions for the 10 months that Deku did not talk to him for. Alright, and he's kind of rethinking life on how he treated Deku. But enough of that. Inside comes Aizawa, and he's like, took you 8 seconds to shut up. Shabam, time skip, it's time for the test. So, Deku's first is the ball throw. And he gives to Bakugo. And then Aizawa's like, alright, kid. How long was your first throw in junior high? And then Bakugo says, 63 meters. Okay. Now, use it with the quirk. And Bakugo's like, I want to add a bit of spice to it, surprise him. And then, Bakugo decides, might as well. So Bakugo does that, and he says, die! And he throws a ball, and he gets 705 meters. Impressive, right? Yeah. So, Bakugo got all that, and now it's time for the other test. Time skip to the ball throw. Deku threw the ball. Basically, Deku got number 1 in almost everything. And then he threw the ball. And it went... and then Aizawa said... Aizawa stopped his quirk. And he's like, I saw you holding back. I want you to use your full power. No matter what. I know you've been holding back this whole test. If you're just gonna hold back, then I don't think you deserve to be here. You should just go pack up and go home. And so, Deku did just that. And Aizawa would be in the surprise of his life. Deku used 100% into one of his fingers, and then he threw it so far. It went 900 meters, my guy. 900 meters. And Aizawa was surprised as hell. He's like, what? This man really blew my expectations away. I did not know that's how strong his 100% was. 200 meters ahead of top of the class. This kid's got potential. And you got potential when you surprise Aizawa out of everybody. But 3 people were spying on them. You all know who these 3 people are. No introduction needed to be said. But they were surprised at this kid's power. They didn't know he was this strong. And so they decided to just do a bit of investigation on their own. And so, they saw that he was a bit of a late bloomer on records. And that he's actually super strong. He can legit take down anyone. He took down the robot, and after 10 months, he became one of the strongest in his class. And they're wondering, how did that happen? They didn't try to pry into his past too far because a certain blue-haired girl said, no, don't do that. We can't just look into his past without his permission. They all agreed, yeah, you're right. So they decided to just leave it at that. So Deku went home. Now it's the next day. And the big 3, I'll reveal, it's the big 3, everybody. They're all wondering. Tomorrow's the battle test. We want to see how this kid does. And so, along with Mirio and Tamaki, Nejire went along with them and be prepared for tomorrow. So Deku woke up. It was a normal day and class 1A. And so, it was time for a death battle. I'm just joking. No, it's not. So it was time for them to fight against each other as villains. So Deku was teamed up with Uraraka. Time skip, bam. But this time is different. Ame was surprised because the big 3 wanted to witness this match. They wanted to see Deku kick ass. So, and not by the movie, guys. I meant like the real thing. And so Deku went forward, and then he's like to Uraraka, look, Uraraka, you are gonna go up and find the bomb. Knowing Bakugo, he's just gonna go after me because he thinks he's better than me. So he's gonna try to prove that with everything he can. So I want you to take care of the bomb. Understood? And Uraraka says, yes. And so Deku gets up and he's like, okay, let's get ready. So he goes in, and then comes in Bakugo. He comes in through the side of the door, and he blows Deku back. Now Deku, guys, he can take a hit, so don't worry. And then Deku's like, is that all you got, Bakugo? And then Bakugo's like, are you looking down on me, you nerd? How dare you? Who the hell do you think you are to look down on me? You're nothing. You're a nobody. You're quirkless. You don't deserve to be here. How did you? Did you cheat? You must have cheated. There's no way you would have won without cheating. And then Deku decided he ain't gonna take any more of this bullshit. So he went forward, activated 15% of One For All, and he started beating on Bakugo. But for some reason, plot reasons, I don't know, anime reasons, Bakugo was able to keep up with what? How much percent? 100% All Might with weights? That's unrealistic by far because of how strong All Might is. He caused like a tornado in his shriveled up form using embers, like legit embers of One For All against All For One. Now, like, you telling me that Bakugo can survive that? No. But in this what if, maybe. He ain't gonna have plot armor this time. So Bakugo is getting beaten, realistically destroyed by Deku. But he's just holding back. He's not holding back. He's going all out. He's using explosion after explosion, spamming those explosions, like he's fighting like a wild cat. That's how he's fighting right now. But he's still going, he goes after Deku, jumps over him, uses another explosion, hits him in the back. Then Deku goes behind, he does a Detroit smash in his face, and he runs through the side of the building. Deku jumps out of the building, lands on the ground, and he says, "Is that all you got, Bakugo? Shame, I thought you were stronger than that. Don't you dare look down on me, nerd. Oh, I'm gonna kill you." And so Deku went down there and he said, "Kill me. Try me, beep." And Bakugo was just surprised. What? What the hell did this nerd just say? Surprise me, beep? Oh, he ain't getting away with this. And so Bakugo went and he said, "You pretty much studied my quirks, so you already know. I store up all my heat into the gauntlets. So I want to see you dodge this. And if you die, well, it goes to show that you never had a chance to begin with." And so Bakugo unleashes the pin and he says, "Dodge this or you're gonna die." And so Deku uses 50% and using quick thinking, he dodges as fast as he can. He goes to the side, but his arm takes the brunt of the damage and he has third-degree burns all over his arm and he doesn't know what to do. He's losing real fast. And so he decides to go with one more attack. Now right now Nejire is kind of scared for Deku. She's kind of taking a liking to Deku, no matter how wrong that kind of sounds. Luckily it's not a Anakin Skywalker and Leia. Padme relationship. Sorry about that, guys. My Star Wars knowledge is kind of rusty. But whose isn't these days? Along with episode 9. So Deku went with an attack and he said, "It's all or nothing. Detroit." He's charging up a 100% Detroit smash. And then he goes forward and punches it forward with the combined wind force. It knocks Bakugo back, all the way back. And then he's getting destroyed. Yes, Bakugo is losing badly, guys. And so, Bakugo gets hit, and then he's knocked out. And All Might says that Bakugo has been eliminated. Ida is surprised. Uraka is surprised, but not Deku. He doesn't have any more arms anymore. He's like the state he was in season 3 after fighting Muscular. And so he just grits his teeth, and then he goes and he said, "One for all, 15%. And he uses his legs, starts running without his arms. He jumps through the 5th floor, goes through the window. Uraka runs forward. Ida runs away with the bomb. Deku sees that he only has 2 minutes left, and so he does a desperate move. He goes in for a kill, and then he says, "Manchester smash!" And he kicks Ida in the shin, breaking his whole armor on his shin and breaking his shin. And then Ida drops the bomb. Deku goes under it, does a toe punch to Uraka. She grabs it, makes it weightless, and they got the bomb. And that, guys, is how Deku and the hero team wins. And yeah, guys, I'm not gonna end it here. No. So now it's time for the hospital. Deku goes to the hospital. He passed out from blood loss and degree burns and all that, because who in the right mind will be able to survive that? Being hit by a full tank on blast. If he had taken it forward, he could have died, but he didn't, so he's all good. And so, Deku went forward, and he collapsed in Uraka's arms. Nejire felt a bit of a pang of jealousy, but hey, it's okay, guys. She'll be Deku soon enough. It'll just take a USJ for that to happen. I'm gonna make sure to pace this well, grow the relationship here. And so she just feels a hint of feelings. Deku hasn't met Nejire yet. Okay, so he doesn't really know about her as of yet. But he will soon when he meets the one and only Mirio. And so Deku sees okay. Then Deku wakes up and he sees the big three, Uraraka, All Might, Aizawa, and Recovery Girl standing there. And first off, All Might started scolding him, saying how you should not have done that, you risked your life, you could have died. And then Deku says like one of the most heroic things, he's like, what kind of hero would I be if I couldn't be there for my own teammate, All Might? It goes to show that no matter what injuries, a hero will always be there to save others. All Might's heart melted with that, because he knew Deku was heroic, he just never knew how heroic this kid really was. And so with that, Deku went and he went to sleep. Nerdre just fawned over him a bit. Mirio and Tamaki noticed, of course they noticed, that's the kind of people there. They would notice this kind of thing. And so they're like, so, I see you taking a liking, Nejire. And then Nejre's like, no, it's not like that. Oh, sure, said Tamaki. Tamaki, what? Mind your boundaries. If you don't, I'll tell my sister that you like her along with Mirio. Mirio's like, wait, what? Tamaki, is this true? Yes, Mirio, it has to be true. You son of a gun. And so Mirio and Tamaki were going at it, and then Neji was just sitting there laughing to herself. And then she thinks to herself, man, what kind of family are we? Well, the good kind, it seems. So, Deku's just resting, Nedra is there fawning, All Might and Aizawa are just there awkwardly standing. Actually, All Might is just crying, tears of happiness for choosing the best successor. And Aizawa is just there. He's just there, he's just there. Then, Recovery Girl says, all of you leave, we gotta prepare for a surgery. Surgery? Well, yeah, he broke his arms. He broke his arm. He has like 3 broken ribs, severe damage to the head, and he has a broken shin. So I feel like we do need surgery. So you can all get out. And only allowed 2 people to stay. Who wants to stay? So Nejire volunteered and so did All Might. And that, guys, is where I'm going to be ending part 2. So what if Deku trained before he met All Might? I hope this ending was satisfactory and it was taken to your liking. I hope you enjoy yourselves. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. This is Teen Shallot, out of here.